Now this is a picture of my 250-gallon fish tank. I put this tank together myself. I'm running all chickens in this tank. But the purpose of this video is to let you guys know how to save a lot of money putting these tanks together. The first thing I want you guys to understand is, if you buy a tank new like this, 250 gallons, you're probably looking about to buy everything new. You're probably looking at about $5,000 to $7,000. That's probably the average price of a 250-gallon fish tank, if you want one. But I'm going to show you guys how to save a lot of money on these tanks. Now what I do is I get them and I restore them. Okay, I break them all the way down and I either shellac it or I paint it. And at the same time, when I put my tanks together, what I do is I silicone the inside of the tank. Let me show you what I'm talking about. You see that silicone in there? I would advise anybody, if you buy a used tank, to reseal it, just to make sure you have no leaks. And then a lot of people always say, well, you know, what if the glass cracks? Well, you know what? That's a possibility, but if the glass cracks on you when you buy a used tank, that's very rare. Very, very rare. And I would suggest, if you want to save money, I'm gonna let you know what I do to save money dealing with these big tanks. Because once you start dealing with 250, 300, 400, 500 gallon tanks, you're going up to like 2,500 to 10 grand, even more, that these tanks cost if you buy new out the store. And as you can see, I'm running a chicklets, an African chicklet tank. These are African chicklets that you guys can see. And once I run a big tank, I like sumps, because sumps are, to me, they're easy to maintenance, and you can put all your biological filtration in them, and you can fill it up with your biological filtration stuff when you put it in the sump. See, that's my charcoal, and I got my there's another solution there to make the water clear, where it doesn't bring odor. And basically, let me show you inside here what I'm running inside my tank real quick. These are all the solutions that I have. Like I said, I'm running media charcoal. Okay. This right here, it clarifies your water, as you can see. And then you also have your Bear filters to make your water more safer. I use the 750 gram. It works great. These solutions that I put in my tank all the time, because the only thing that I do once I put those solutions in my tank, only thing I do is do a 50% water change every week with Prime, and I never have no problems. And look how colorful these black chicklets are. I'm trying to get you guys to see how colorful they are. If I can get a close enough shot up here, and I found out as long as you do a 50% change every week and put your Prime in there and run all your solutions in your tank, your fish should be fine. and they'll grow nice and they'll be real colorful. Like I said, these are all black chicklets. I just want you guys to see how colorful they are. Through my solution, how I keep them up. Now they're real colorful, as you can see, and they're just coming along just great. But now let me get to what I do when I buy these tanks. Basically, what I do when I buy a tank like this, 250 gallons, I either go on OfferUp is a good place to buy them, these tanks. I go to OfferUp, and this tank right here, I actually bought it for $250. And what I did was, I got the tank and I broke everything down. I sanded it all down. I restructured the skeleton part of this tank, the frame, because everybody always asks me, I always get questions, how are you running such a big tank, a 250 gallon tank, and you have no support in the middle? You see how I got that sump down there, and you don't see no beams going up and down? Well, you know, it's like building a bridge, you know what I'm saying? It's mathematics. All your weight, when it comes to putting a tank together, believe it or not, the weight is at the end of your tank, from this end to that end. So basically what I did was I ran extra beams in this tank. Now you see the wood up in there, the beams, that wood right there. That was 1, 2. Go to the other side. It's 3. You see right there, 4, 5, 6. What I did was, in front of this tank right here, what I did was, actually, I'm gonna show you guys in 1 second. Let me close that door. Right here in front, I have 3 beams. Right here in front, I have another 3 beams. And back of the tank, I have another 3 beams. So that's a total of 12 beams that's sitting right here on this side. And I did the same thing to this side. 3 beams at the end, 3 beams right here, 3 in the back, and 3 on the other side. That's 6 beams holding this tank together. And also, in the back of the tank, I don't know if you guys can't see, I got 2 beams actually going down. You can't see them, they're hidden. But I got 2 beams going actually down where the sump is at. So once I got my skeleton part of this tank secured where it'll hold any weight, I was good to go. You know, that was the most important part about me putting this tank together. Make sure the skeleton part of this tank was so sturdy it'll hold any weight. Now, once I got my skeleton part together, I just basically sanded down, and when I sanded down, I painted the way how I wanted it to look. And also, you know, as you can see, I changed the hinges. I put new hinges on here. You see the hinges right there? I added the new doorknobs. I see the edges of this door right here. I got a bit, and I made it more fancy like, you know what I'm saying? It's like chiseling all the way around the door. Now, one thing I want to tell you guys about these tanks. What you want to do is, you want to run your heaters new. I'm running 3 heaters to this tank. I got a heater right there, as you can see. And the other heater I'm running on the other side is right here. And since this is a big tank, this is a freshwater tank, I like to run a submerged pump that blow a lot of bubbles so the fish can breathe. And I don't use the traditional other devices that blow bubbles, because I found out that if you use a submerged pump, as you can see, it blows a lot of bubbles where the fish can breathe more comfortably at. Now, the name of that submerged pump, I can't get the name, I don't remember it, but I'm letting you get a good real look at it. That will let the fish breathe real nice and easy. They won't have no problem. And me, I'm a sump guy. I love my sumps. The sump I actually bought from uh, one of the retailers. I got this sump to basically fit right in the middle of my tank. Canisters are fine, but what I like about sumps is you could put more of your solutions in there to make the water clear and everything. And as you see those fish in there, this is the real beauty about this. This is the real beauty about a sump. You see that fish down there? It's about 5 of them in there. And what I do is, when my fish have babies, I take the babies out the tank up here. This is the beauty part about a sump now. I take the babies out and I put them in a sump. And they can stay in the sump and survive there until they get big enough to go back into the tank again. That's what I like about this sump. It's actually another tank. And all you got to do is, when you have babies, now you see that little filter right there? Buy you a little $7, $8 filter, put it in your sump, and that'll let the fish breathe. That will give enough bubbles and a lot of splattering of the water so the fish can breathe. Your babies be okay. But that's what I love about having a sump. You could use it for a breeding tank too. Now, the lights I buy new. As you can see, I'm running 3 different types of lights up here. They're all the same, but 3 different types of light. Because this tank is so big, I couldn't at the time find one light, LG light, that goes from one side of the tank to the other. So I basically had to get 3 different lightings. As you can see, I got one at the end, one in the middle right there, and I have basically this one at the end. I'm running a overflow box. As you can see, I'm running a double overflow box where the water could cycle real good. It's coming in at the double capacity. Instead of just one overflow, 2, I'm running 2, as you can see. And you can see the lights on top. So basically, what I'm trying to tell you guys is, this tank here, like I said, you can find them a used tank basic anywhere, but I find a lot of them on offer up. This one, I believe I paid $250. $250 for it. And only thing, like I said, I did was restore the tank and save a lot of money. Now, the money I put into it, I would say is financially I put in, let me see, 3, that's 4, 5, 6, 7. I put in about $700 into this tank to have it fully running. So 700, 8, 9, that's $950 that I put in this tank to have a 250-gallon tank. Now, there's no way in the world you're gonna get a 250-gallon tank for $950. And the beauty of this is, when you restore these tanks, you want to basically have your, like your pumps, like the pump I have here. You want to basically have them new. Make sure your pump is new. Okay, and make sure your heaters are new. Okay, you see the heater right there? I'm running 3. And make sure your lights up here are new, because the internal parts of the tank you want new. And make sure your immersed pump is new. Now, like I said, you can really save a lot of money on restoring these tanks. If you want a big tank, I would suggest, if you want a big tank, restore one. Go find one on OfferUp or Swap Meet or something, and you will be able to have you a nice big tank in your house. And as you can see, my walls from that side to this side is 10 feet. This tank is 8 feet long. This is a very huge tank. And let me tell you guys one thing about the wood. When you buy wood and you put wood in your tank, you got to realize one thing. When you get it, you want to boil your wood for about, I would say 40 minutes in hot water. Then put your wood in your tank. But you got to realize it's going to take about 30 days for all the brown that you see in your water to leave your tank after you boil the wood for 40 minutes. So boil your wood for 40 minutes, then put the wood back in your tank, and after 30 days that wood sitting in your tank, you will have crystal clear water, because you're going to have a little browning in your water, you know, for about 30 days. But after 30 days, you won't have that problem no more. But it takes 30 days for the wood to actually not show its color in the water. Now, that being said, I'm gonna give you guys another little hint. You can save a lot of money by going to some place like Home Depot and get your sand from Home Depot. You'll save a lot of money too. I think I paid for all the sand in this tank here, I think about 2 bags at Home Depot. I think the bags were 50 pounds each of sand. The sand were safe to use, and actually only used a bag and a half, and only paid $11 for the sand. That's it at Home Depot. It was called Play Sand. And as you can see, this tank been set up for, I say now, 6 months. As you can see, the fish are still doing good. The sand doesn't affect the fish. You know, it doesn't kill the fish or nothing. So the sand is safe, and it's a nice color sand too. Got it at Home Depot. I think, like I said, I paid about $11 a bag. You get 50 pounds. You're saving a lot of money. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna have another video coming up next month, and I'm gonna actually show you guys the process of building a big tank. I think the next tank I'm gonna do is a 300 gallon tank, or maybe a 200. It depends which one I can get. I'm trying to buy the tanks now as we speak, and once I get the tank, I'm going to show you guys the process of going through building the tank and restoring it and saving a whole lot of money. I mean, you just save just bundles of money. Like I said, this is a 250 gallon tank, and I spent no more than $1,000 putting this tank together. But like I said, I'm going to put another tank together, and step by step, I'm going to show you guys how I do it. I'm going to show you how I save money. And like I said, you have nothing to worry about restoring these tanks. The only thing that you won't new is your lighting, your heaters, your sump, and especially your submerged pump right here. Once you get those vital items new, you basically have a brand new tank. Because wood, once you sand it down and restore it, you can't tell if it's old or you can't tell if it's new. I mean, look how nice that black and white look on there. You know, it's like fresh out the store. You know, it's a lot, like I said, it's a lot of little stuff I did too to bring it out, like the knobs on there, you know, the hinges, the little white little pin line I got going right there. And I got the color starting on top white. I started, then I hit the bottom of the tank black, then white again, then black, and then the bottom of the tank is white, the linings. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. But like I said, next time I'm going to show you guys step by step how to save money building these big tanks. You can save a whole lot of money, and they look great. This tank look brand spanking new. Just look at it. You would think this tank came out the store. And it's all about visualizing. When you put these tanks together, what I like about putting these tanks together is visualizing. So I hope you guys like this video. Like I said, I will have another video posted probably starting in about another month. And I want to show you guys how I actually built these things from point A all the way to Z. I want you guys to see all my steps. I want you guys to see me sand it. I want you guys to see me check the skeletons of the tank, the pillars, and make sure that the tank is nice and sturdy. And I want you guys to see how I go get the sand and how I boil the wood, and after 30 days the water will be crystal clear. I want you guys to see the process. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and like I said, next month I will start my other tank. So you guys have a good one, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And like I said, the next video will be coming out soon.